I just spent nearly 100 hours recreating the Vegas sphere inside Planet Coaster 2, and today you're seeing the entire thing finished. From the outdoor plaza and all 3 entrances to every level of the atrium, every restaurant, every suite, and thousands of stadium seats. We'll step inside, turn on the massive screen, watch the Wizard of Oz come to life, and at the end, I'm cracking the sphere open for a full Dollhouse reveal you haven't seen yet. This is the complete Vegas sphere tour in Planet Coaster 2. Welcome to the full tour of the sphere, and right off the rip, something's a little bit different. If you've been following this series, you know it's been asleep the whole time, but today our sphere is finally awake and ready for the tour. I put together a custom animation using a few platforms and sequencers, and now let's get inside this thing. We'll start the tour by checking out all 3 entrances first, then we'll make our way into the atrium. We're passing the main plaza entrance right now, but we'll need to go through that one last since that's how we will enter the atrium for the first time today. Before that, we're going to head over to the west entrance and pedestrian bridge. Now, you might be wondering, what is all this stuff? Why is all this stuff outside? This isn't exactly how the real sphere looks. For the exterior plazas, I wanted to really get creative and design a cool layout, so throughout this tour, you'll see real-life sphere inspiration mixed with some original alterations. You know, they don't call me Time to Cook for nothing. Sometimes I just can't help myself. Here on the West Plaza, you can see the Time to Cook chef hat in the center, and around it are 6 screens displaying the thumbnail from each episode in this Sphere series. So if you'd like to see how all of this was created, those videos are going to be on the channel. This is the west entrance. This is how guests get to the event level if they've got floor seats for concerts or special events or things like that. Every entrance is equipped with security checkpoints to keep our guests safe, of course, so we'll empty our pockets and head through the metal detectors. As we continue down the hall, you'll see this blue door right here. What's in there? Nothing yet, but I've got plans for that room in the future, so stay tuned. Now, as we get closer to the stadium floor, there's a little burger spot here called the Pit. This entire room was meant to feel like a rock band's basement or garage. Very simple on purpose. Once you see the rest of the interior, you'll realize this room is nothing like the others. We've got black and white posters on the walls. Shout out Bono, shout out U2 at the Sphere, Jimi Hendrix, The Legends. And this right here is the final tunnel before we step out onto the floor level. And here it is, the Wizard of Oz playing on the screen. We'll watch the full film at the end of the tour, but just look how massive this thing is. This is 6 of the biggest screens possible in Planet Coaster 2, all cropped and aligned individually. So yeah, you can see the black lines in between them, but the actual viewing angle from where we will be watching the film, it's far less noticeable. After the tour, we're going to take a look at the dollhouse view of the sphere where I take apart the exosphere, so we'll really get to see how these screens and seats work. Now we'll be walking through personally my favorite entrance. This is the pedestrian bridge where guests can get to the sphere from the monorail. So we'll go through the door, then immediately walk away from the sphere. This is where guests come from the monorail station, and here we have a video I used and showcased many times throughout our series. This is a video by Jared Owen showing the ins and outs of the sphere in real life. It was super helpful, so Jared gets his own wall. This is the queue to the monorail, and this is actually my first time going through this, so I hope it looks okay. Ow, ow, ow. Yep, looks good. The path looks great with these rocks. To our left, you can see our graveyard, all the extra pieces for this build that we ended up just leaving behind. I think the coolest part is where guests exit the monorail. As they walk out, that space techno music hits, and they're immediately greeted with that massive view of the sphere before they even step inside. As we walk from the station to the sphere, we see another security checkpoint. Now we're resetting to the 3rd and final entrance. This is the plaza entrance. The sphere fountain here is pretty symbolic. It actually represents how this whole crazy project started. Me trying to build a perfect sphere out of cardboard pieces. I really had no idea what I was getting into, but I just started, and here we are. As we enter through the plaza entrance, you get this slightly eerie underground vibe with the cold concrete, but the real highlight here is these 6 screenshots from our journey throughout the build. This is our final way of paying homage to the entire process, and now we will enter the atrium. Our first set of escalators takes us up to the main level. This is where all the fun stuff in the atrium happens. And here it is, our first look at the atrium. The main feature right away is the multi-level pink LED strips wrapping around the entire space. That's really the heart of this room. We have multiple facilities down here, guest services, first aid, and there are certain spots on this level where the view of the floors above is just insane. This is definitely one of those views. You'll also see one of the many directories spread throughout the sphere here. These help guests find their seats and figure out which restaurant or gift shop is on each level. I kept the design for these ultra simple on purpose, with all the loud branding and bold visuals in this build, especially for a lot of the restaurants. We needed something that felt clean and balanced. As we turn around, we see these doors. If we walk through, it's really just the monorail station, so we've made a full circle. Yeah, and of course this guy is always yelling over my B-roll the whole time. There's only one of these guys, and he will not leave me alone. Right here is our one and only Aura the robot. In the real sphere, there are 5 of them, but here we just have one. She's beautiful, but since she's a simple piece and not a fully interactive robot, you know, I didn't want to overuse her throughout the build. And we've got the 4 white circles in front of Aura. In real life, obviously, each one plays different music and sounds depending on where you stand. And yeah, this guy's annoying me. He's not... Yeah, you're out of here, pal. Next up in the tour is our second restaurant of the day. Sitting right underneath those spiraling pink LED strips is a sit-down spot called Low Frequency. This is where guests can grab a drink at the feature-lit bar before the show, or if they've got more time, sit down and enjoy some high-quality food on the restaurant side. The menu you see here only shows 2 options, but the full restaurant menu is much bigger, and of course, the staff here at the Sphere is always friendly. They mostly just stare off into space and wave. One of my favorite things about Low Frequency is how open it feels. It's definitely less claustrophobic than the pit downstairs. Next up, we've got the Sphere's premier gift shop. It's called the Vault. The standout item here is the Sphere-themed beach ball. We've got plenty in stock. And I'm especially excited about this space because we're not done with the Sphere after this video. I've still got a lot of plans for it, including a roller coaster called Sphere-nado. And as we walk inside here, you can see how much room there is between the exosphere and the atrium walls. So there's easily enough space for at least one coaster in here. Let me know in the comments what else you would like to see added to the Sphere. As we walk back out of the gift shop, here's another great view and our first real glimpse at the section signage. We'll head through this tunnel real quick and just see what section 100 looks like. And again, don't worry about those black lines. And now we're entering the third restaurant, Sphere 8. Inside, we've got a graphic explaining the importance of the number 8 in Chinese culture. We can take a quick look at the menus. Honestly, this turned out pretty solid. It looks pretty good. The feature wall here is the Great Wall of China, and I love how it came out. It almost feels like you're looking through a natural window. Restaurant number 4 on this level is Pizza Pie. You can see our mascot up there wiggling around. He's fired up. We've got 2 loud feature walls here, the Pizza Pie logo and that bold pizza graphic with text. And that's it for the restaurants on this level. Now we'll head toward the center where we've got our Wizard of Oz hologram. This is really meant to resemble those holograms, you know, created by multiple spinning fans, just like in the real Sphere. From certain angles, it really sells the effect, and honestly, I'm happy with it. Although I did have to listen to Dorothy's voiceover about 5 million times while building this, probably should have muted the game. Right here is our Emerald City photo point where guests can snap a picture and post it on socials. I absolutely love this detail. It fits the space perfectly. Now we're heading up from the main level to the lower suites level. There's not a ton going on up here besides the 11 lower suites, but let's walk through suite number 6 right in the middle. This is our premier lower suite. Since it's center, it has the best view of all the other lower suites right down the middle. Perfect timing too. Incredible view of Big Green Oz here. Every suite features this modern yellow couch modeled after the real Sphere suites. Each one also includes a wet bar facing the screen, private seating, and yes, of course, bottle service. And of course, complimentary slime. Jello? Maybe. That's part of the mystery. Who knows? With these suites, I actually tried to stay as accurate as possible to the real things. Even this menu is pulled straight from the Sphere's website. That wraps up the third floor, the lower suite level. Now we're respawning back to the main level and heading up the escalator to the terrace level. Amazing atrium view as we rise. Terrace level is sections 201 through 209. Mostly seating here. Quick screen check from 204. Looking pretty good. So we will swing all the way around this level. To our left up here is an escalator that skips 2 floors, but we need to just go up 1 level. So in order to do that, we have to walk back down to the main level, and this path here is the only way to get onto both suite levels. Up here we've got suites 1 through 5. This is the highest level with an atrium view before the ceiling closes off the top 2 floors. Yeah, I just fell down a floor. We're back. Let's not do that again. This level gets tighter, less pathing, more intimate. There's also this large open room. I'm still undecided what to do with it, but look how big it is. Maybe something, wild like a water slide or another roller coaster to complement Sphere NATO. Little peephole here too. Maybe trolls live inside the sphere. They deserve a screen view too. This was actually unintentional. Now for the premier upper suite. This one's the largest right here in the middle. It has a private bathroom, double couches, twice the space. Very similar to the others, but bigger and better. Originally, I planned to watch Wizard of Oz from here, but higher is better, so we're actually going to be in a higher spot when we watch the film. 2 floors left, and these are 2 of my favorites. To reach the lower gallery, aka the section 300s, we take the atrium escalators up twice. This is where we officially say goodbye to the atrium view. As we get up here, we will first take a hard left. Down this path is the second escalator. 2 ways to get down and up. So on this floor, we have sections 301 through 309. Quick tunnel check. Dorothy looking great as always. Tornado scene looks incredible from here as always. Almost time to watch the full film. Just 2 more floors to go. And the last thing to show on this floor is actually the coolest thing on this floor and my favorite restaurant, or technically restaurants, in this build. As guests come into the room, they're greeted with the roast to their left and the scoop to their right. Now from this floor, guests can actually get to both the 300s and the 400s, so there would actually be a lot of foot traffic in this area, considering even in real life sections 300 and 400 are really the most desirable and popular. So let's order a coffee. We'll take a look at the menu. A lot of cool options. After we order, we'll wait by the pickup sign. Then we'll head over to the scoop. Friendly staff as always. This would be my favorite part because I personally really like ice cream, and they have freshly baked cookies. I like those too. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. And now that we're caffeinated and creamed out, we'll head out and make a left. So this is the upper gallery, sections 403 through 407, and we can take a look at these corrugated black walls with the gray flooring. It looks so clean. Up here are the 400 sections. Screen check from up here looks good. However, we're going to take a look at this platform up here. The platform up here reminds me of Super Mario 64. It feels like there's like a star on the other side. Hopefully someone gets that reference. Anyways, we'll take a look at the premier reservation only restaurant called The Peak. This is the most expensive place in the sphere, and like I said, all restaurants I've showed you are my creations. None of these actually exist in the sphere, so I think we've found a good balance of the sphere's true shape, realism, and identity, but we've also been able to take creative liberty, and I really like that. The floor plans are almost identical. The amount of levels, the seating, all of that is very close to the real thing. So here in The Peak, these seats aren't functional, but they look pretty unique, and I wanted to try something different here. It looks pretty good. I like it. So with that, let me know what your favorite restaurant was. Let me know what you'd like to see me build next here in the sphere, and let's go up to our platform. Guests can't get up here, it's just for us. Nice little view here. And as we enter the door into the other side, we can see all of our effects that are a part of the film. I kept them visible, there's a lot of them, and up here we have an arm that extends into a release point of some of our falling effects. And take a look at section 400, it looks so mystical. Beautiful glow of the screen in front of us. And let's watch the film. I hope you enjoy it. See you all in a couple minutes.
Place where there isn't any trouble. Do you suppose there is such a place, Toto? There must be. It's not a place you can get to by a boat or a train. It's far, far away. Behind the moon, beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. not in Kansas anymore.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What do you think you're doing?
I'll show you how to get apples.
I guess that did it. Help yourself.
I am Oz, the great and powerful. The great and powerful Oz knows why you have come.
How about a little fire, Scarecrow? Go through that water! You cursed brat! Look what you've done! No! I'm going!
So that is it. As you can see, there were some obvious scenes where the screens didn't look lined up properly. I tried to fix as much as possible, but the screens are curved in both directions. We're going to open up our sphere and completely remove his face. Don't worry, this is another save. He'll be okay. But here in our dollhouse, we can see how these screens are actually put together. All 6 are scaled to the max, but since they are curved and curving up like this, it's pretty much impossible to make the screen look perfect. When I edited the film, there were 6 crops essentially that I did. Edited the full film first and then cropped it into 6 pieces after that. And so the combination of the crop in the edit and these curved screens, it wasn't going to be perfect. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I wanted all of this to be perfect. I tried as hard as I could to get all of that lined up. I wasn't being lazy, I promise. I opened up the other side and now we can see the zoomed out view of the atrium and all the little guests walking around and the spider web of escalators and the top 2 levels. It actually looks so cool seeing this open for the first time. Thank you so much for joining me on this full tour of the Sphere in Planet Coaster 2. We have more plans with the Sphere. We have some really big plans with future series like this one. So subscribe if you haven't already. Be on the lookout for more videos. We'll see you next time.